What is up, you guys? It's your girl Des.
It's your boy A.
And we are back with another mother loving video. Down below, this is our labor and delivery story. If you guys have not checked out the labor and delivery blog, y'all need to check it out. I'm gonna put the link in the description box down below, so head over to that video and then you can come back and check this one out. But that is what we are getting into today, and then of course we are going to show the face of our baby boy. He is so handsome and I cannot wait to show him, you guys. But yes, that's basically what we're about to get into. So before we get too far in the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so to notify each and every time that we drop a video, because we are dropping them bangers. If you do not know how to subscribe, there is a red button down below that says subscribe. Once you hit that button, it's going to turn gray and you have joined the family. Don't forget to share this video with anyone and everyone that you may know, because our channel needs to grow. And then if you guys see Aaron get out the screen, it's because the baby is right here. But you guys,
but don't let that sit in there for too long.
what? Oh yeah, it's gonna be too hot.
Or yeah, say don't let it in there for longer than 15 minutes.
Okay. It's done anyway. But yes, you guys. So basically, basically it all started on Friday, which Friday was, I think that was the 5th. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday the 5th.
Yeah, like that night.
So Friday on the Friday the 5th, that evening I started having like contractions, but they was like far apart, but like they started off at like 11 minutes apart, which y'all seen in the video, but then they kind of like progressed kind of quickly to be like 5 minutes apart. So I had never felt contractions before, so I don't know, you know, I didn't know what they were supposed to feel like. So I was like, you know, Aaron, it's probably time to go to the hospital or whatever, because I've been feeling the contractions. So they was hurting, but compared to the ones at the end, they didn't hurt as bad. But so we went to the hospital or whatever, packed our bags, dropped Blaze off, went to the hospital. And then what happened?
So she was like, so we started tracking or whatever. Then so we got the time, we got closer, as she said. So then she was like, you know, I need to go. I'm like, you know, there's never not a time we shouldn't go. So we got everything together, dropped Blaze off, rushed to the hospital. Got to the hospital, you know, they take you up to
the little triage room,
yeah, like a little staging room, whatever. Then they hook her up to the monitor. Of course, Asher did not want
to cooperate.
Anybody to, like, hear his heartbeat.
Mind you, that I had a doctor's appointment that day too, because I was supposed to get induced that following Tuesday, which would have been my due date, so the 9th. So I had a doctor's appointment that Friday, and he was already acting up in the doctor's appointment and didn't want them to get his heart rate. So of course he was doing that in the hospital, but they had also took my urine or whatever. So if you pregnant or ever been pregnant, you would know every time you go to the hospital, every time you go to the doctor's appointment, they take your urine. So they had took my urine or whatever. So I'm just thinking, you know, like, okay, these contractions, they keep on coming. They still 3 to 5 minutes apart. I'm thinking it's time, right? Baby. So the lady come back and she just basically was saying that I was dehydrated, and so then they checked me to see if I was dilated. I was still only 2.5 centimeters dilated.
Mind you, y'all, they tell her that she dehydrated, and do not offer my baby no water, no IV, no nothing. So how am I dehydrated and you not even giving me no water? You're not even trying to fix the issue.
They just talking about, well, just go back home and drink lots of fluid. So I was pissed because I'm in pain, and I'm like, you about to send me back home? Like, I know I'm only 2.5 centimeters. I got to get all the way to 10. But I'm like, and because they kept on saying, well, we'll see you at your induction on Tuesday. And I'm thinking, like, I got to, like, stay in this pain all the way till Tuesday?
Right. I mean, I just think that staff that night was just, they were literally sending everybody.
Everybody was going home. Like, the one girl, she had been to the doctor 4 times, y'all, for having contractions. 4 times. 4 days in a row, and they still sent her home. I was like, I would have cut the fool. But anyway, so I wound up going home. I was so upset, y'all, because like I was like in pain. So then that next day, I had just told Aaron, I'm like, I don't want to like mope around. I want to sit around. I want to just, you know, still kind of go about my day, which I had already had scheduled to go get a COVID test. So I went to go get my COVID test. We got breakfast. We went to the car wash, washed the car out to get ready for the baby. And I was still having these contractions, but at this point,
was today Saturday? Yeah, that's Saturday.
Yeah, this was Saturday. So at this point, my contractions is all like between still 8 to 10 minutes apart, which is what they was the same the day before. So then we went about the day. I was still having a contraction, so I was trying to sleep throughout the day, get as much rest as I could, but it was just harder for me to sleep because now the pains was becoming just, you know, harsher. So later on that night, Aaron's supposed to go to work that next day. So later on that night, you know, he in the bed, he going to sleep, trying to get some rest or whatever. So I still got these contractions. I'm like, okay, let me take a bath. Scoot over, babe. I'm like, let me take a bath. So I took a bath. That didn't help. Took a shower. That didn't help. Got on my ball. That helped a little bit. So if you having a contraction and you bounce on the ball, it kind of helps. But the thing that really helped me the most is standing up and swaying side to side every time I got a contraction. So the night was just miserable, y'all.
Beyond miserable. And it wasn't even me.
Miserable. Like, Aaron trying to come up with solutions on like what I can do.
I'm rearranging the house, y'all.
Man, literally.
I went in Ashley's room, got the rocking chair. I moved her medicine ball, moved the bassinet.
Yes, because
got her
like
this, got her that. Like, just anything to try to help her like get through the contraction.
Right.
Like, so like the night before, she was able to fall asleep.
As soon as we got home.
Yeah, like, so say if she had a contraction, then when it'll go away, she can probably fall asleep like before the next one come. But this particular night, they was hitting her back to back to back. Like,
and like it was like the night before.
Tell them how long it was lasting.
Yeah, like in the night before. So the night before the contractions was on Friday. The contractions was only like 30 seconds a piece. And it was like every 8 to 10 minutes, they say. I was having cramps too, which felt like contractions. But the contractions was only 8 to 10 minutes apart. So I was able to go to sleep. I was able to lay down. And if the contraction wasn't too harsh, it didn't even wake me up out of my sleep. Like, I can sleep through it. But this night, the contractions was lasting 1, maybe 2 minutes. They was like, they went from, I was so upset because they was still at 8 minutes apart, but they were so harsh. And so then they went from 8 minutes to 5 minutes. And so technically you're supposed to have, they want you to have a contraction every 5 minutes for an hour before you go to the doctor. So that's technically 12 contractions that you're supposed to have. 12 contractions? Is 12 contractions?
Oh, you want me to do the math?
Let me see.
I'm doing the math. Bing!
Yeah, so about 12. I think. I don't know. But y'all, you supposed to have only a certain amount of contractions 5 minutes apart for a whole hour before you call the doctor. So my contractions wasn't even that close, y'all, but I called the doctor and I'm like, we have to do something. Like, I have to be able to ease this pain if y'all want me to wait until Tuesday. Like, something's gonna have to shake because I just cannot take this pain all the way up until Tuesday.
Lord, take this pain away.
Man, literally. So I called them and whatever, and he said, so he like, you can take 1 dose of melatonin, you can take Tylenol PM, Benadryl, or it was this other medicine. So I knew we had melatonin because Aaron be having melatonin. And I knew we didn't have no Benadryl. I knew we didn't have no Tylenol PM. It's midnight. Aaron sleep. Gotta go to work in the morning. So I'm not about to ask him to get up, go to the store to give me no medicine. So I took this melatonin and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm about to be able to go to sleep. Bye. Every time I would lay down, y'all, like I lay down and I gotta jump right back up. Rush to the bathroom because contractions make you feel like you gotta pee and they make you feel like you gotta boo-boo. And I already had diarrhea. Oh, and I didn't even tell y'all that prior to, after I went to the doctor on Friday, I had started losing my mucus plug on Saturday. So we already in our mind like, okay, it's coming, because like this was, the mucus plug was coming out every time I go to the bathroom. But yeah, so Then after I took the melatonin, I was just rushing to the bathroom every 5 minutes, in the bathroom, in the bathroom, in the bathroom. Then I started throwing up. I was having diarrhea. Like, it was just miserable, y'all. Nothing helped. Aaron got the rocking chair because he, like, you know, sit in the rocking, try to fall asleep in the rocking chair if you can't lay down in the bed, because laying down just made you sick. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to sit in the rocking chair, but every time a contraction comes, I gotta stand up. So Aaron like, Des, you cannot stand up all night with these contractions. And I'm like, Aaron, but I can't sit down. Like, I can't sit down during a contraction. I have to stand up. So I was drinking my Gatorade. Like, y'all, I was just miserable. Okay.
Rough for y'all.
Yeah. So after I wound up having 22 contractions that was all between 3 and 5 minutes apart. So I told Aaron, I said, we gotta go to the hospital. And Aaron was like, babe, tell them, what did you say?
I was sleeping. I woke up. I was like,
he was knocked out too.
I was like, Des, you gonna go back to the hospital and they just gonna tell you that you dehydrated again.
Right.
So mind you, she was still doing all the same things. I kept trying to get her to drink water, so she drinks some water, but I just knew they were so set on
inducing me on Tuesday.
Right.
Like, and they didn't want to do anything else but induce me on Tuesday.
And I was like, that same staff that was there last night gonna be there tonight. So we gonna go in there, we gonna see the same people, and they gonna tell you the same.
And I just bust out crying, y'all, because I'm just like, I don't want him to be mad at me, but I want him to understand, like, this hurt. Like, I can't stay home. Like, we gotta go. So I just bust out crying. I'm like, babe, no, this not the same as last night. Like, we gotta go right now. So we packed everything up. Y'all, we didn't even drop Blaze off, because I was just like, I can't take driving in a car to my mama's house and then to the hospital. So we didn't even drop Blaze off. We just called my mom. By this time it's 4 o'clock in the morning, like 4:30.
Yeah.
So
snowing.
It was snowing real bad. Not real bad, but we didn't expect it to be snowing. So we had started loading up the car or whatever. I couldn't even help Aaron to load up the car. I couldn't do nothing.
We couldn't even get you to get dressed.
Literally.
She did not want to put no pants on.
I'm telling y'all, them contractions is something crazy. I wish Aaron would have been recording, because y'all would have been able to see. Them contractions is something crazy. Like, you don't want to have no clothes on. Like, I'm yelling at Aaron, like, Aaron, I just can't have these pants on. Like, I can't do these pants. I'm trying to take the pants off. He like, that's what, which pants you gonna have on? And I'm like, none. I don't want no pants on, no panties, no nothing. I just want to, I don't know, get to the hospital. So y'all, I'm leaning over the bed. I'm crying because I'm thinking to myself, like, I can't take this car ride, because when I was having contractions the night before, the car ride just intensifies the contractions. Like, and I think it's because you just confined. You can't stand up. You can't move around. You just sitting there. So I'm dreading this car ride, y'all. I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, how I'm gonna make it. Like, I'm in so much pain. So we finally get out the house. I'm standing outside in the snow, y'all, because I couldn't get in the car, because the contractions just kept on coming. So I finally get in the car. I laid my seat all the way back, because I'm like, I don't want to see the road, because, you know, it's kind of one of them mind things. Like, you know, when you gotta pee, you like, the closer you get, the more your pee gonna come. So I'm like, I don't want to see the road. My eyes were just closed the entire time. So we get to the hospital.
No, the entire time she was whooping my ass, y'all. grabbing my stuff, smacking the top of the car, boom, boom, boom. She like this.
It was her.
She was playing Simon Says.
It was hurting.
I definitely could have called the police, and I would have, you know, I'd have pressing charges, because she was whooping your boy, y'all.
Yo, I'm telling y'all, them contractions so hurt. Like, they hurt so bad, you don't even know what to do. Like, you want to hurt yourself. Like, I don't know. I was pulling all on Aaron while he was driving and everything. But we got to the hospital, whatever. So, first of all, the nurse pissed me off in the little triage room, because they put you back in the triage room. So she come on, you need to go to the bathroom, and yada yada yada. And I'm just looking at her like, BITCH, I'm having a contraction. Like, I'm not moving right now. You about to have to wait until this one passed. Like, no. And she was just being real rude, wasn't she, babe?
Yeah, she was.
She was being real rude. She basically ain't want nobody there, because it wasn't even nobody in the triage room that night.
She was sitting down when we walked in.
Yeah.
I just feel like them third shifters, I know y'all be having some hectic nights sometimes. So when y'all don't have nobody come in, y'all want to chill. But them ladies was sending everybody home. Like we said, the one night before, this chick had failed at work. And they even sent her home, like.
And she was pregnant.
Whatever. So yeah.
But yeah, so
like get to the check-in.
Yeah, so we checked in or whatever. So she got me in the bathroom. She took my urine again, and then like she got me in the bed, and then Aaron was talking to her or whatever. And basically they were just saying, she was just saying that it could possibly still be cramps like they had said the night before. So I'm like, if these is cramps still and I'm just dehydrated, shoot me dead, because I cannot take this until Tuesday. So they called the doctor in, checked my dilation. So she said I was 5.5 centimeters dilated. Thank God. Checked me in. By this time it's like 5:30. So then they take me over to my labor and delivery room. Y'all, when I say majority of this is a blur to me, because I literally had my eyes closed the entire night. Like, my eyes was closed because that was the only way that I guess I can like soothe myself from these contractions. So a lot of that part y'all seen in the video, because that was like when Aaron had started recording. So we just basically in the room, like I was having contractions. They had asked me did I want an epidural. Mind you, I had been having contractions for 2 days straight. So I'm like, yeah. In my mind, going into the labor and delivery process prior to having contractions, I said that I was gonna go natural, which was my, you know, my plan. So I was like, yeah, no, this pain is unbearable. I gotta get an epidural. So of course, when you in labor, everything is moving slow. So I'm keep on asking her like when they bring in the epidural, yada yada yada. So they finally bring the epidural in there, y'all. Epidural only supposed to take like 20 minutes to put in. They got Aaron standing on the other side of the curtain. Supposed to take like 20 minutes. It took them like 45 minutes to an hour to put this epidural in, y'all. And I'm already thinking in my head, because I keep having contractions back to back to back to back to back. And I have in my head, I'm like, this epidural is not gonna work, because they don't know what they're doing. They just keep on saying, we gotta find a, what did they keep saying, babe? We gotta find a, oh, you wasn't even right there.
We gotta find,
it was like a,
it's like a space. Like, so
yeah, some type of
targeting
space,
like this space in your spine to get it, the needle through.
To where it can flow through your legs and stuff like that. So they just kept on saying, we gotta find the space, but we only can find it from the touch. That's all they kept on saying. So then it was like a student that was doing it.
It's like this, they had to get it.
Yeah.
Give me two.
So it was like a student that was doing it, and then it was a man, you know, like the professional standing right next to him.
Anesthesiologist.
Yeah. So he telling him what to do, and he, of course, eventually he wound up trying to do it like, well, we gonna try to do this and move it this way and this. Literally had me sitting there for the longest, and mind you, gotta be hunched over. I'm having these contractions. I was just miserable. So I'm telling myself it's not about to work. So they finally get done. So it's they watch you for 10 minutes to see if it's gonna work. So he watched me for 10 minutes. He like, do you feel any hotness or tingling in your leg? My left leg got hot, but it never started to tingle, and my right leg was just completely normal. So I kept telling him that. So they'd go around with this needle, and they poke the needle. First they poke the needle on your arm, and then they poke it down your leg to see if it all feel the same. And if it feel the same, then of course you're not numb. So I kept on telling him, I can feel it, I can feel the needle. When you poking me, it hurt, it all feel the same. My legs are not numb. So then time go by, the lady come in, she asked that I want my water broke. So I'm like, if you break my water, my contraction's gonna come harder, right? She was like, yeah. So I said, well, wait until they figure out this epidural, because the epidural is not working and I couldn't take no more pain.
And at that moment.
Right. Literally. So they got the anesthesiologist back in, and I was having more and more contractions, and I'm yelling. I said, I gotta push, I gotta push. So then she called the lady back in and said she's gonna break my water. So when she checked me, I was 9.5 centimeters.
So she went from,
I went from 5.5 to 9.5 within like 3 hours.
4.5 to 9, 3 hours.
3 hours. So then the anesthesiologist just came back in. She checked me. I was 9.5 centimeters dilated. By this time, I'm already pushing, y'all. Like, nobody gave me to go.
They ain't got the table down. They ain't got the stuff ready. They don't got
I said I gotta push. So they needed to replace the catheter for my epidural in order for it to work. But we didn't have time. Like, I was 9.5. I'm pushing already, and you talking about you gotta replace the catheter. So then the lady never even got to break my water, y'all. My water broke on my first push. Epidural, never worked, which I'm like super glad that it didn't work, because I was able to do it the natural way, the way that I thought I wouldn't have made it. So I was so glad that I was able to do that. And because you can feel everything, because with the epidural they say all you feel is pressure, and with natural you literally can feel everything. I felt it when my water bust, I felt it when the head came out, I felt it when the shoulders came out. Like, did it hurt? Hell yeah, it hurt it, but I was able to feel everything and not just pressure. So I was happy about that it didn't work, because it just made me think like, okay, well, I was able to get through it. But y'all, that shit is painful. Like, Aaron probably was in pain just watching me, like, damn, that shit probably really hurt.
The only thing hurt was my damn feet standing up. So
right. And then they just kept on saying, Aaron just kept on saying, I could see the head, I could see the head, just keep pushing, just keep pushing. But y'all, they kept on saying, okay, we can take a break, we can take a break. I said, we keep it pushing, we is not stopping. Like, I am, as long as this contraction is going, because my contractions was longer than
she was pushing
most,
so much,
I
didn't think she was breathing.
Yeah.
Like, they was caught on them like control, like pushes, because she wasn't screaming or nothing, but she would really be quiet. Like, you wouldn't even think she was having a baby. She was quiet, just pushing. And I'm like, man, don't forget to breathe, don't forget to breathe. I'm sure y'all heard. I'm like, man, do not forget to breathe, do not forget to breathe.
Right. I wish he could have recorded that part, because they did tell him that he had to stop recording. But yeah, y'all, so I was like, in the beginning when I was having the contractions, I was screaming, but when it was time to push, I was not screaming, because I had to be focused. I kept on asking them. I said, it's his head coming out, because I'm ready to feel that pop. Like, come on. Like, I'm tired of pushing shit. I was so tired, y'all. It was so tiring, but it was all well worth it. Would I do it again? For sure. Hoping that I don't have to labor as long, because I think that was the hardest part, having to go those 2 days with contractions.
Yeah, so hopefully when they do go faster. But they probably will. But I'm just thinking like, I mean, that's just all steps to, because you got to get from 0 to 10. Right.
And then I did like at first I just kept on saying to myself, like, you know, because you in the midst of it and you just thinking like, I can't do this, it's hard. But they just like, they was real encouraging. And for that to have been my first time, they just kept on saying like, you are a great pusher for your first baby. Like, there's like, most people wouldn't even be crowning off of the first couple pushes, and I was crowning my baby. Like, I was ready for him to come out, y'all. But that basically was our story.
How long? From the time we got there like 5.
It was like 5:30.
We had him at
9:38. So it was a quick,
fast.
Yeah, like quick, y'all. And when I say my eyes were closed, that I just cannot. Like, I remember the entire thing, but it's just like a blur, because it went so fast. Like, I swear I felt like I was in that room for an hour and I was already pushing. But yeah, it was definitely a great experience. Aaron was the best support. He said that I kept on calling the nurse, which I did kept on calling the nurse, but I only was calling the nurse because, so the nurse name was Sarah. I'm sure y'all heard me screaming her name in the video. But I only kept on calling the nurse because in my mind, the nurse was the only one who could take the pain away, because she was the one who could call the anesthesiologist. She was the one who could tell me if I could push. She was the one who I knew can call the doctor to say, okay, it's time for her to push. So that was the only reason why I was calling her. But I was hurting her, because she like, all right, Aaron, you're gonna have to grab her hand next time, because I'm squeezing the living shit out of her hand. Like, and now I'm like, I'm so sorry, Sarah, I know I'm hurting you, I'm so sorry. She was just gonna have to endure that pain for that day, because baby, listen, I was going through it. But yeah, y'all, it was a good experience. What you think, babe?
Yes, I mean, yes, it was a great experience. I was so proud of her. She took it as well as I could, you know, see anybody in all the 10 videos I watched. So I watched a bunch of videos and I was prepared to see it, so I was able to, you know, be right there and help her get through it. And shit, I'm looking down at the shit more than the doctors was, I'm sure. And and I was able to cut the umbilical cord and all that,
which we couldn't record.
Yeah, so it was a wonderful experience. I'm so glad I was able to be there, you know, and see it, you know, see the whole thing and everything. Right.
Yeah, he was a good support too. Like, I was, when you in the midst of it, you really, I mean, like, you hear people talking to you, you hear them telling you like, keep pushing and yada yada.
I was a water boy, y'all. All she did was keep asking me to get her
give me some ice.
Shit.
But so, yeah, So thanks, baby, so much for being so supportive. But yes, you guys, so I know you all have been waiting so patiently.
If y'all ready,
y'all need to comment down below and say we are ready to see baby Asher. That's what y'all need to do.
Y'all need to like, comment, and subscribe.
Exactly. So that y'all can see little. Put what? OD.
So if y'all ready, make sure y'all smash that like button.
Like this. Okay.
Let's get a countdown.
Alright, tell me when you unbuckle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look at him, he's so little. Hey, Stinky. Say hi to your YouTube family. Look at him, y'all. He all over the place.
He was just asleep, y'all.
Yeah, he was knocked out.
Look at this little hair.
Look at him.
Say hey, boy.
But this is baby Asher, y'all. His hair, it just be doing what it want to do. Look at him, he getting fidgety. It's actually time for him to eat.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yes, this is baby Asher, you guys, and he is now what?
3 days.
Let's see, Sunday.
What's today? It's 4 days.
4 days old. Say I was born on February 7th at 9:38. And he is greedy, y'all. Oh, as you can see.
He's showing he covering up his face. I just want him to open his eyes. And the only time he really want to open his eyes is at, like when you set him up to burp him.
Say hi, Stink. Say hi.
Just set him up. And not burp him like he was already burping.
Say hi. Yeah. Say hi to the people. Say hey, YouTube family. You say hey.
Come here. Blaze will come.
Yes, guys. So he pretty much a good baby. He get fussy sometimes, like at nighttime, but he just like to eat and sleep, of course, like any other newborn. And Blaze, of course, loves his brother, but he jealous.
We're gonna put some pictures in here.
Yeah, I'm put some pictures.
Yeah. But yeah, Blaze is a tad bit jealous, but he loves Asher just as much. He always trying to be in his face. Look at him.
Look.
You know that's his little brother. And this is our family.
Yes, the Carroll family. So we can finally change our name. I'ma cry. Literally everything been making me so emotional.
You don't even got nothing to say.
I'm so dead. Yo, I literally can cry at the drop of a dime, and I don't know why. But yes, we finally gonna change our name to the Carroll family. Right, babe?
Yes.
Aaron probably be looking at me like, this girl is crazy as hell. For real, I don't know why I be crying, but ever since I had Asher, like, it just be like, everything is just like so sweet and like, oh, like, I don't know. But yeah, you guys, so we are finally going to change our name since baby Asher has finally arrived. And yeah, so I guess that's basically all for this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting us thus far. Thank you for tuning in to our channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified each and every time that we drop a video, because we are dropping them bangers. If you do not know how to subscribe, there's a red button down below. Once you hit that button, it's going to turn great and you have joined the family. Don't forget to share the video with anyone and everyone that you may know, because our channel needs to grow. And we are checking out for today. Peace. Asher, say bye. Yo, he just trying to eat. All right, y'all. Bye.